Hi Scrubs, I hope you're well. So I'm back with Horse Reality. So we've got Custard, Mash Pea, and Rosie here. Now, I haven't been in Horse Reality in a while, and I just took a random notion to start again on it last week. So I was looking at the last video and some of the comments that you guys left, and some of those tips were really, really helpful, so thank you for sharing those. So Custard here at the minute, he is finished all his basic handling, and he's now onto basic commands. So at the moment we're working on open mouth and command. Once these are all finished, then he'll be able to move on to ground training, and then finally after that, riding. So what I find really interesting, you guys said this in the comments as well, was the more training I do with a horse, like the more physically fit I can make the horse, which then helps for entering shows. So I thought that was, I kind of liked that dynamic there. So we've got the physical fitness is up at 100%. I think when I first started training it was around 97 or 96 when I started doing the handling stuff. So we need to do your basic cares, so you need a little bit more food and some water. We need to groom, clean stall, and give some treats as well, because you deserve some treats, Custard, don't you? So the other thing is I entered Custard into some shows, and they got some second premium and third premium. Now, I don't necessarily understand all of that yet, but there is the wiki to help with that. So while entering a confirmation show, your horse is able to earn premium and predicates. First premium is a score of 80 plus points, and then second premium is a score between 70 and 79.99 points, and third premium is a score between 60 and 69.699 points. Sorry. So Custard got 7 of those, which I'm quite pleased with, and he got 1/3. I also did the same with Mash Pea. Let me see achievements here. So unfortunately Mash Pea didn't have any success there in that particular one, so that was the points that they got, so they didn't actually get one of these rosettes. Custard, you can see a little bit better here, you can see the points that we got below there. I think I entered Rosie as well, did I? Let me see, Rosie, did you? Yes, Rosie did. So Rosie had some seconds, and she had a third, so you can see her points down here. And I decided to try and breed Rosie, because I was looking at Rosie's confirmation, and I thought, well, you've got good in all of the different areas, and then when I looked at Mash Pea, it was sort of average mostly, and then 1 good, and then Custard had average and good. So I thought Rosie would be a good horse to breed out of, so I found a horse in the public coverings, and covered, and I found out that it's actually not that easy to get a foal, because unfortunately the covering between Rosie and Little Grey has failed and your mare is not pregnant. Basically, there's only an 80% chance of a bred mare can deliver a fully grown foal, while the remaining 20% of mares will lose the embryo fetus or foal prematurely. In Horse Reality, we implemented a 5% chance of pregnancies ending in a miscarriage. This is not affected by energy, training, health, or any other factors of the mare, and this will happen within the first 4 days of pregnancy. So unfortunately, Rosie didn't carry the foal. She lost it. It wasn't a successful cross. So I was a little bit disappointed about that, because it was a really nice horse, and I was hoping that I would have got something out of that. So unfortunately, not this time. We haven't had a successful foal, but I'll probably try again, because you have to wait a few actual days to actually find out. It's not like with horse where you can just age the mare forward super quick. As far as I know, somebody might correct me and be like, actually there is an item that you can use. There probably is, but for me there wasn't. It was just a case of I just had to wait a couple of days and find out. From what I can find here, in this. Pregnancies take between 13.5 and 17 real days. In the first 4 days, you'll see the message covered X days ago by a stallion. It means the breeding isn't definitive yet, and there is still a possibility of a failed breeding or an embryo loss. When the 4 days have passed and your mare is in the clear, the message will say due in so many days from the stallion. Then you'll know for sure that your mare will have a successful breeding and will give birth at the end. Which mare gives birth, you'll receive a notification. Please note that there is a half-hour delay when mares are giving birth. This is normal and does not have to be posted as a bug in the forum. So, unfortunately, Rosie wasn't successful in that regard. But I'm going to try again. Maybe we'll try and see if we can get something. I know obviously we're not going to know yet, but we could cover her and try again. I don't know whether to try with the same horse or not. I haven't really decided in that regard. But I wanted to try again, I think, with this horse, because this horse seems to have, pretty good in everything. So I think we'll try again, in hopes that maybe, just maybe, we actually might be lucky. Oh yeah, we click up here. I completely forgot how to do this. Okay, so we're gonna click Rosie, And this stallion is offered stud. Okay, so we're gonna select this and click breed. Now we're not gonna know for a while whether or not that was successful. So we've covered her, but we don't know if it's gonna be successful because we have to wait a few days, obviously, to find out. So unfortunately, we're not gonna know for a while. Now, Custard here is currently doing some training. Mash P, right, where are you? I'm gonna just get all of this done. Right. Okay, achievements. So this is a horse that's not doing as good in terms of competitions. And I do want to ensure that if I want to breed for my best ones, that's why I'm going to focus on Rosie, because she's got the really good confirmation in that. I want to try and get the physical fitness of Mash P up, because right now I don't want to put her into more shows if she's not really ready for it. So I'm going to put her in here for some halt training, so you can see the physical fitness has increased and so is the affection from doing that. Now we're going to go back to Rosie here. Right, Rosie. Okay, summary. DR. Oh. Thought it wasn't working there. I was like, what is going on? But it's okay now. Just was having a moment. Okay. So her physical fitness is at 97 and her affection's at 98. She's very close to being done. She just needs to do cantering up and down hills, and then she's pretty much ready to go on to the next stage after that. So I'm going to put her in a longer training session because I want to get as much of that done as possible. So I actually find this is the kind of game where you can have the browser open and just come back every, like, depending on what, you know, amount of training you select. Like, let's say you've only a little bit of training to do and the horse is very close to finishing that training, you know, just pick 15 minutes. If it's a bit more, go with 30 minutes. You know, what I did like last week was just like clicking maybe 60 minutes or 45 minutes, which does take more energy, but you get more progress on the particular part that you're working with. So here we can actually see what it does to physical fitness. So for here it's +2, here's +4, +6 and +8. You've also got the different terrain types as well, which can increase it even further. So for example here the trail would give you +23, whereas the arena would only give you +8, because that obviously you're going to be outdoors, you're going to be going up hills, you're going to be going down hills, so it's a lot more work, which I like in that regard. And if we have this, okay, I think for the moment I don't know whether to try putting this horse in more shows, because I don't think Mash P is going to do much more. I want to look for possibly one other horse because I want to get one more mare. So I think what we'll probably do is actually go and have a look here and see if we can look for just one more mare that has hopefully good across all of the things, just in case we're just having an off time with Rosie. So we want a mare. I'm not worried about what discipline they're in. Basic training would probably be fine, but we want a Mustang because all of our horses so far have been Mustangs. So we'll work with that to start with. Right. Preferably I do want something a little bit older, at least maybe 3. I think maybe. We'll go with adult rather than a foal. So we'll have a look at a couple. So this is Lydia. Okay. We've got quite a few to choose from. I'd kind of like to go for something with a little bit of maybe an unusual color. So I don't know if I can actually see more about this particular horse. So let's have a look. What was that one called again? That was it this one? Full Doe. Okay, so Full Doe, I think it was, no, it's not that one. 150449. Okay, this one. Okay, so we can see a little bit more about this particular horse. Okay. Okay, so we can see the genetic potential, achievements. Okay, there's a couple of averages in there. Kind of want, as I said, I want to get something that's sort of good across all of them if I possibly can. actually, let me see this one. Okay, so this is... Okay, let's go and have a look at this one. So that was Valeria. Okay, so horses. Okay, Valeria. No, let's see. There's Valeria. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So, a couple of goods, a couple of averages, and a couple of goods. Okay. So far, not found the horse that we want just yet. Because I want to work with a base that's kind of, you know, pretty solid base to begin with. Because it makes it a little bit easier, I think, whenever you're working with something. That you sort of know where you're going with it. Right, that horse. There she is. Okay, good, good, good. And then a very good. Okay, well this is a horse that I could probably quite happily go with. So we'll buy this one. Okay, so we've bought the horse. So let's go back to our horses here. Okay, so we want to move her to stable block 1, so we're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to rename this one while we're at it. So, okay. I'm trying to think of a name for this one. I love the little zebra striping on the legs. That's really nice. I'm gonna call her Z. Okay, so we've got a Z. There we go. So let's have a look at Z. Right, so her training, she has done handling, basic commands, she's done ground training, she's also done 100% of her riding. So at this stage, this is where you can decide on a discipline. I don't know what discipline I kind of want to go with yet. That hasn't been something that I've kind of been like, oh, I know exactly where I want to go with this, but I think it's something that I want to sort of figure out, I guess. I suppose we should read her breeder's advice. So Z has a decent amount of elasticity while walking. Her pulsion and walking trot is off to a good start. Seems like she can keep her canter under control easily. Z seems to have a balanced and very smooth gallop. She seems to stand straight and keep her feet in a nice place. Looking closer at her head, she shows some nice proportions. Z has good shoulder muscles working her back. Will be heaven for a rider. Flexible but sturdy. There's a great engagement in the hindquarters. Z's front legs have some solid lines going. Her feathering is amazing and looks thick. I've seen others accelerate a lot faster, but she's not too slow either. Z moves fine and controls her body well. There's good, bad, and average. Your horse's balance is pretty average. Z's back should be more round, but she'll have a bit of trouble jumping. She's not the strongest, but she can pull. That counts for something. Her speed seems pretty average to me, but she needs to hustle. Z can run very fast for a short time. She's not too shabby. She seems to hold up okay. She's not overflowing with liveliness. Z has well-developed muscles. She looks tough and sturdy all over. If your horse could strut, she would. She's got the most confident walk ever. I think she could be a champion of reining or endurance, though your best chance of success is probably reining. Well, I suppose then, if their advice is to go with reining with her, then we should probably do that, I think at this stage, because, as I said, I'm still sort of learning with this game, so I think we'll go with that. So, reining. So, Western reining, set discipline. So now that we've chosen her discipline, probably when we go back to the training here, we'll have some new training. So there's the new training. So we've got training level, first level, second, third, fourth, and then we've got the IRC 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the Grand Prix. So the first thing I'm going to set her to doing, I think we'll go with trail. Oh no, that'll use all of her energy. That'll be maybe a bit much. Her physical fitness is only 60, so we need to work on that. I think we'll go with that for now, so that'll get her up and going, hopefully, because I think she'll be a nice one to work with, especially in confirmation shows, because she's got a decent amount of luck so far. But yeah, that is kind of what I want to do with that, and hopefully I'm not going to cover her just yet. I'm going to wait and see how Rosie does, and then I'll come back and see. But anyways, Grubs, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you had a lovely day. Bye!